gentlemen, Mr. Terry Wogan.
Earlier this year, Terry Wogan was voted the greatest living Irish broadcaster.
My reaction to this award was I was extremely touched and delighted to get it, because I've been in England for 35 years now, in Britain, on television and radio, but I'm still Irish, and it's nice to know that the Irish haven't forgotten me.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host this evening, Terry Wogan.
Terry Wogan's career on TV and radio has lasted for more than 40 years. It has encompassed game shows, quiz shows, request shows, chat shows, talent shows and clip shows, with the odd hit record thrown in, as well as telethons, news reading, continuity announcing, Eurovision commentaries and beauty contests. But not everyone is a fan. The day before you came over, Joe Duffy on his radio programme spent the whole afternoon going, well, is he really the greatest Irish? And a whole select of fellas were on going, well, he's not really Irish, is he? I mean, he earns his money in England, doesn't he? And I just listened to it. A highly entertaining programme, I have to say. Yeah. But it was just one half-wit after another, decrying your success.
Ireland's greatest living entertainer started life as a bank clerk in Limerick. And as far as I'm concerned, that's exactly where he should have stayed while he hadn't done.
Were you being genuine when Gay was giving it to you? Or was it Uncle Fake at his very best, was it?
That was Gay. But I think that there were elements of what could only be described as, well, is begrudgingly the word we use? Yeah. I thought that in the introduction he might at some stage have finished with, and here he is, but no, it was a tirade of abuse.
I genuinely felt he was completely unsuited to a life in broadcasting. Completely. And let me tell you that everything he has done ever since has confirmed me in this point of view.
So I thought I'll kill him when I sit down, and I did.
You were sitting down there with Pat Rabbitt and Linda Kenny and Bill O'Hurley and all those swanky people, Frank Flannery and Mags.
Yes, quite.
What were you all laughing at during the...
Well, it certainly wasn't you, Gay.
Terry gave up a career in the Royal Bank to join Radio Éireann as a trainee newsreader and continuity announcer.
The continuity announcer was somebody who went into the studios in between the programmes, opened the station with...
After O'Donnell and Boo.
Oh yeah, and you said what the
actually let's
the
do
Saints. Díomh Cordia Gael. Good morning, everybody. It's St. Patrick's Day. Law Féile Pádraig. And you took it from there.
God, you must have been one of the top speakers they had.
Don't be talking. I was a good mimic. I never quite understood what I was saying.
Let's take it nice and easy.
Wogan became one of Telefiche Éireann's early stars at a time when working in television seemed impossibly exotic. It was at this time that he also met his future wife, Helen Joyce.
And I had seen her before. I had seen her, well, obviously she was a well-known model, and I'd seen her in the Bossaurus in a review because she was an actress as well, in the way that everybody in Ireland was into amateur acting.
This is a little smelly theatre downstairs.
Yeah.
But still a start.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah. That's where I saw her first on stage. And then I saw her at this party. And the only reason she turned up at the party was because some Aegis had let her down. What a fool.
The look of love.
When Terry married Helen, it was one of the biggest social events in Ireland that year. And a far cry from Terry's days in the Royal Bank.
I wouldn't have approached her if I was still working in a bank.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't have had the necessary courage or self-esteem to do so. So only the fact that I was established by them as a big newsreader on Irish television, that I was able to go across and have enough confidence to approach her, because she was extremely beautiful, and she was, you know, and I've ever since, I always said, as my sons were growing up, I always said to them, whenever you go to a party, always, this is when they were single, always go and approach the most beautiful girl in the room, because she'll be the loneliest girl in the room, because most fellas won't have the confidence to approach her. And I had the confidence, and I approached her. She's a perfectly normal, ordinary girl. And I gave her a lift home in my Morris Minor with the broken passenger seat. And things went on from there. The advantage about it is that I see much more of my family than if I was, say, working an ordinary 9-to-5 job, because I'm home 2 or 3 mornings in the week around about 10:30, and the kids are here, you know, so I spend a lot of time with my family. So I make it up on one end of the day. What I lose in the evening, I make up in the early morning.
From the beginning of his career, Terry has been viewed as a committed family man. But his first child, Vanessa, died while still an infant.
Well, I understood, but the pain was so bad. You kind of block it out then.
And is it blocked out today?
No, because it's actually, I don't remember a single thing about my children's infancy or babyhood. Not a thing. Helen remembers everything. I remember nothing. But I do remember my first child's face as a baby.
And how often do you recall that? How often does that become part of your...
A lot. You do. You just remember at times. It's like when your parents pass away. It's very hard to take it on board when they actually do pass away. But later on, about a couple of months later, you kind of get a mental picture of them. You remember them. And it's the only immortality, isn't it? Is in the memory of your children.
What happened to it?
It was a heart defect. That's what happened to my daughter. So, and in those, I presume it had happened.
How old was she?
Oh, well, she wasn't very old. She was only about 3 weeks old. But
that doesn't actually mean anything, though, sure?
No, it doesn't, because the wound is always there. But
and did your wife speak of it to you? I mean, is there?
No, we speak about it occasionally. But then the rest of life happens to you, and your healthy children get born, and you go on with your life. Of course, it always leaves a wound.
Terry Wogan. And a very good morning to you. The time on Radio 2.
By the early 70s, Terry had decided to leave RTE and move permanently to London.
Only delighted once again that you could join me here on The Gentle Giant.